Hello. Welcome back one more time, and give me a few minutes to vent small, And before I start, let me start properly. And as you know, this is where we tell the truth and let the chips fall where they may. And as we always say, truth crashed to earth shall rise again. I'll be talking about a particular truth that has been crashed to earth that is rising again very soon. But then again, we always say, what time is it? And you tell me, KSM, it's nation time. It's nation time. Nation time is when you tell all the apostles of Jandam that we shall crush them with the truth. And honestly, folks, tell us seriously, truth crashed to earth shall rise again. There's a certain truth that we as a people, we as a nation, unfortunately have been forced to crash to the earth. And that truth is coming out and is bringing out so many issues. Check out. What is this truth I'm talking about, folks? Let me give you a quick story before I tell you about the truth. You know the bat, If you're up high. You know they say the bat, when it sleeps hanging on a tree. The feet grab onto the branch, and the head is always pointing downwards. So the bat is always hanging. Let me tell you a story about this. Quick story before I come on to the truth that I'm talking about. Quick story. They say once upon a time, there was a war between the birds of the air and the animals on the ground. There was a war, a story. The bat was very, very smart. When he saw that the battle was tilting in favor of the birds of the air, then the bat will flap its wings and join the birds. We need one, And when the things were turning and the animals on the ground were winning, the bat will quickly drop on the ground and start crawling with the animals on the ground, So how down so. And then they say the animals caught on to this bat or a bat. We see the double game is playing. So because of that, they started chasing the bat, and that is why the story says the bat always sleeps in the air and is between the air and the ground. It can't come on the ground and it can't stay in the air. So this story is just a joke. Say, Apine, we're losing the focus. So he goes up and forth. Why am I talking plenty like this, folks? I just want to tell you this, folks, that Africans as a people, we have become like a bat. You don't know where I'm going with this, We Africans as a people have become like a bat. Why? Because we are not truly African. We don't know our systems. We don't know our culture, our traditions. So we are not African per se. Because we have been colonized. And even though we are not truly African and we don't know our systems, we don't know anything about our cultures, we are at the same time not Europeans either. We have been colonized with European education, with European thinking, European religion, or foreign religions, So we are in between. We are in between whether before Africans, your culture, or whether, we are Ghanaians, but we have a colonial mentality. We are doing foolish things, So we are neither here nor there. And that's where we are. And the truth that I said earlier on, that we crash to the earth, that is rising again, is this, folks. We have accepted this colonial mentality. We think that we are now wise, we can go with the colonial mentality and everything. But at the same time, we are thinking, we are Africans. We have to be on the ground, we're Africans. So that confusion is now coming to the top. The truth that we have a cultural identity is now coming to the top. And what is happening that is coming to the top? It is in conflict with this other lifestyle that we have chosen. All this talk, I'm talking. What am I talking about? We have traditional systems of justice. Don't let anybody fool you into thinking, say, before the white man came, there was no law and order in Africa. Don't let any history you have read inform you that we were savages and brutal primitives. And it is only the white people who came with their colonization to bring us law and justice and all that. Don't let anybody think you like that. That is what we are going through, what we are going through today, you know. All the struggle we are going through today with the loot, with the trial, and how long the trial is taking, and we'll be able to, where's oral? Fix the problem, do this. We'll be able to, OSP, or a corrupt, or a criminal, or boy, let's do this. All the anger is coming from one thing. That suddenly we have realized that this law and order, this democracy that we have taken upon ourselves is now in conflict with our traditional rules of justice. Traditionally, back in the day when somebody stole, action was taken. They take you to Ahimfe or wherever the laws were executed. Here's evidence. Whatever they have to do, you instantly. But we became wiser. We got colonized. We started studying Western law. We started becoming lawyers. We started even wearing their foolish blonde wigs. The foolish blonde wigs, which they have even stopped. We wear them with pleasure. Look at when the law students graduate, look at them. We'll be in a blonde, white wig. Let me cut to the chase. This is what we are facing. Philly. And we are frustrated. Why are you frustrated? You say you are now democratic, so you are now more intelligent than you were before. And that is why people can steal your money. Philly. They can chop your money. You can file cases against them, and they can say, relax. Why? Because we have opted for the white man's law. Freedom. Master, I'm not joking here. And we see we are upset. I spoke with the OSP in my last episode, and I asked him, do you feel the frustration? What did he tell me? He says, Ghanaians should understand that there's a system. We have to go through certain systems. The law that the white folks brought us, that we love, that we are carrying, that we are celebrating. This is the effect of it.
And once again, let me refer back to what the Attorney General said last 2 weeks in his press conference. He said, these things require patience. This is what I advocate for. The time within which it takes to try these cases should be gracefully shortened for all of us in the system, especially when it comes to interlocutory applications. That is, you raise an objection in respect of one document going into the evidence. That objection is overruled. And then you go all the way to the Supreme Court, and the case has to be stayed. The trial has to be stayed sometimes to go through all this. So we should take a look at that. And we should empower our law enforcement agencies more. Yeah.
So is it possible, for example, for a law or whatever to come up and say, within 6 months, this should be done? Because as it is now, that's all Ghanaians want to know, that at least, within a certain reasonable time frame, loot must be recovered, people must be prosecuted. But if it's sort of open because the law, intellectually, all these things are there. Then
so let me put it this way. Let me take you back to, I'll answer your question, but let me take you back to, it's my nature. Let me take you back to the 2012 election petition. Remember what the Supreme Court said? You're going to sit today, every day. And at some point they say, we're going to sit Tuesday to Thursday. We're going to come out with this in a few months. But it took us 9 months or so. But with the will, we can do that. We can say that, look, this is the way such trials should go. Such trials should go expeditiously, and we make criminal procedural rules in respect of that, and say within this time.
Yeah.
No de. Then some. Ebetuja magana for me. And we say, we should go that way. I have been defense counsel before, and I have been guilty of stretching criminal cases. Yeah. Because I worked the system within the bounds of the law. I could then wear you out for you to retire. Because I was working within the bounds of the law.
Truth of the matter is that our natural justice, our understanding of justice and prosecution is very, very different from these European ones. And we say we have opted for European ones. And now we are feeling, and we say we don't like it. OSP should hurry up and go where? The same law that you say should protect criminals and go step by step is the same law that the Attorney General is also using. So why are we upset? All I'm saying is this: what we are facing now, the frustrations we are facing now, is one reason. It's because we have thrown our systems aside and gone for their system. That is why we are frustrated. That is why we are angry. Because you know that somebody, let me mention a name, what's by Mustafa Hamid. Do you know the counts of allegations they have against him in court? But relax. He actually has the nerve that he's going to go visit his brother Wuntumi, another alleged criminal. And he's free. Said the charges against him are useless. Watch this.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I came to support my friend Wuntumi. Me, my matter there is useless. That's nothing in it. It's true. Yeah, I came to support my friend Wuntumi. Me, my matter there is useless. That's nothing in it. It's true.
Can you hear that? And this is what boils Ghanaians. So look at this cat. After all the corruption and the charges of stealing in excess of over 300 million Ghana cedis of corruption, stealing, he's relaxed and actually has the nerve to say all the laws and charges against him are useless. But you know what I'm talking about? This is the system we opted for as a people because we became so bright that we wanted democracy. So this is the system we have opted for. I remember when I was speaking with the OSP, I said, but can't we have a law so that we can decide that when these trials are happening, maybe we give them maximum 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months? I said, well, if we were in a banana republic, yes. The expectations that are linked to the possibility of the recovery, are they the right expectations? Because people, the whole thing, somebody was telling me the other time that if they were talking to Muhammad, this is all that they would say: seek ye first the oral, and everything else shall be added onto it.
You see,
so
if it was a banana republic, and we just round people up and line them up by a wall and say, cough up whatever you looted.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we counting 3, we're going to shoot you. Then you can have that kind of high expectation.
But why
the
not?
Expectation should be measured. That is what I'm saying. In the context of our constitutional processes and our legal processes, it should be measured.
What is a banana republic? A banana republic is a republic that is lawless, where they can make laws when they want and implement them. You see, we call that a banana republic now. But before, in our traditional system, that would have simply means yedim raso. Now the same raso yedim, we have to classify that. If we do the same thing now, it's a banana republic. So everybody's frustrated. I've spoken to people on my program called Unfiltered. I've had intelligent, well-meaning lawyers like Tatsori has been on the program. Another intelligent lawyer, Oliver Vomawo, has been on the program. I've had Dom Leveau, he's an accountant. The great Mr. Sasari, that I tease him and call him the gravitas man. All of them, in their presentation, they say, Charlie, one of the biggest stumbling blocks that is now killing us as a nation is our judiciary.
One, the legal framework must change such that it makes it easy to punish wrongdoing. Two, institutional arrangement, like I said, we must change the courts from sitting only 5 hours, 3 hours in a day. They should run 24/7. The 24-hour economy should go to the court. Why do we have a room which is used only 8 hours in 24 hours a day?
That's a good question.
So when you have finished your term, after 8 hours, go. He comes in another 8 hours. Then I come in 8 hours. It means we have increased the capacity of the judiciary 3 times.
Yeah, it is. And allegedly, all the problems of land and family land and all those problems allegedly are being fueled by judges who have allegedly taken money from different families and causing all the confusion.
To be honest with you, our judges who sit on land cases have shares in the land. They have a booty in the land.
So you're thinking I'm in court, I have a judge and I have a case.
So the system is not working. We are not serving justice.
So you have a system where allegedly even the judges who are supposed to be executing the law and order are themselves corrupt. That is the system we have opted for. I know one man, Jesus, this guy, I think he must be like almost 83 or possibly more. The number of times this poor old man has to go and stand in court because somebody is stealing his land. He has documents to the land. He has the lease, and somebody is taking this land away from them. And what I hear is that allegedly even people of Land Commission have manufactured fake leases in conjunction with alleged lawyers and judges, and now they are standing on to get the land from this man. Folks, so all I'm saying is that the frustration we are feeling with the loot, this is an option that we decided to take. And that's why we are so angry and so frustrated. Things are so slow. Things are not moving. That is what we opted for. That's why I'm saying that, listen, I personally would appreciate it if the president or the leader of the land would say, Charlie, these things are not working. The laws that have been set up are not laws that are working in the interest of Ghana. These laws are working in the interest of the rich people. These laws are working in the interest of influential people. That is who these laws are applicable to. If you like, go to my village in Potrase and go and steal kukoyam. The magistrate will get you, and then within 3 minutes, they have sentenced you to go to 14 years, one swamp, for stealing kukoyam. If you like, go and steal a panya, hair, they thread it, because you want to thread your hair, and you do, see the time you get instantly, And if you like, go and steal $230 million US. That is where the law comes into play, to defend you, to protect you, and it has to go in and find out, well, this thing that they say you stole, did you steal it while you were awake or while you were asleep? Go through some rigmarole that is unintelligent and annoying, but that is the law. Now we are all sitting out here and we are angry. Yes, I am for one. I am angry that, Jam, you promised we are going to recover the loot.
We will launch an Operation Recover All the Loot to investigate, prosecute, and recover the proceeds of corruption. To investigate, prosecute, and recover the proceeds of corruption, no person found culpable will be spared.
That was a promise. So Ghanaians, recover the loot, all the money that we have stolen. Recover. And then And then when it comes to the recovery, we realize that not so fast. We are lost. There are laws that can charge Mustafa Hamid with all the corruption in the world, but he's free to drive his car and go and visit other alleged criminals and say the charges against him are useless.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I came to support my friend who to me. Me, my matter there is useless. That's nothing in it. Yeah, I came to support my friend who to me. Me, my matter there is useless. That's nothing in it.
That is the law. Until he gets into court, and if we're lucky, his judges don't file for an adjudgment, and then it is adjourned to another 2 months later, 3 months later. That's it. I was reading comments that many of you put out there after my interview with the OSP, and somebody said, but at this rate, by the time we finish prosecuting the looters, the war would have ended. That's the law we opted for. So me, if I have my way, I think we should go back to the drawing board and say we have realized as a nation that these laws, the way you want to apply them, is actually boosting the corruption in our country. Because the laws have been made in such a way that it protects the high and mighty. The laws are made to protect them. So what's the punishment for corruption? When you are high and above and you can do corruption material, what law protects you? Every law. What the Korea go and see contemporary and see. You go to prisons now and see the people who have been there in jails languishing. Some of them have been there 20 years, 18 years. There are people who, as we speak now, they are in remand. You go to the police stations and just look at where they keep the people. They are in remand. Remand means we haven't even tried your case. We can't even say you are guilty or not guilty. And until then, stay there. Because you don't have money. Go to the prisons right now. Go to the police stations and see the number of people on remand in those despicable cells. They put you in a cell which is right by a pot of latrine. Sit by it, sleep by it. And you have not even been charged. Why? Because when you're here, you don't have money. You don't have money to get a lawyer. You don't have access to anything. The one who has the money is still in their houses with their air conditioning. They have their cars, they have everything. And they have lawyers that they are paying very, very, very well to stall the procedure. Until you think you are making progress. I hear Mustafa is supposed to, the next court date is November 13th. November 13th. Oh. Let's go back to November. Let's get to November 13th and see the argument his lawyers will bring and cases and then. Oh, so they just say, okay, with all these new information there, let's adjudge until February 5th. Neko. They have reached, they command everything, including the law. No, I'm just ranting today because I want Ghanaians to understand where our frustration is coming from. We have become like a bat. The bat. It's in Sensoro. We don't fly as birds, but we are hanging there. We are not animals to walk on the ground, so we sleep hanging. We have become like bats. We have taken a law that is working against us. Or you didn't know. We have gotten crazy about something called democracy. And I like how Fela Ransom Kuti put it. He says the democracy we practice in Africa is nothing but a demonstration of craziness. Easy line. How can a hungry person in the village who goes and get cocoyam from a farm go into prison for 10 years? And the rich person who was once a boss or a CEO steals billions, and they are now still home, and they'll go to court and they'll adjourn it, and they'll go to court and they adjourn it. Folks, do you get what I'm talking about? So this truth that we have as a people, that we are collectively neglecting what we need to think of as Africans, that truth that we have hidden, that we thought we could crash to the ground and simply follow colonialism, that truth is the one that we try to crash. And it is rising again. And as the truth is rising again, now we are getting frustrated by the systems. And we're all frustrated. I've spoken to important dignitaries, some of them lawyers, and everybody's frustrated. But that is the law. And our option is that we take some very, very serious steps. I hear to you say the law. If I was a president, and I'm not the president, fortunately, if I was a president and I had 2/3 majority, I don't know what that entitles me to, but I will use that majority to make as many changes as I can to the laws that are killing us. But we are democratic. Every 2-3 minutes, then the opposition also have a press conference. Look at how the whole Ghana has grounded to a halt because we are trying to fire somebody that we say has not performed. Ghana in because that CJ, the supreme CJ, cannot be touched. And so the law says this, the law says that, and we are grinding Ghana to a halt on something that, under traditional thinking, these are the things that they now. What are we heading towards, folks? Truth crashed to earth shall rise again. And the truth that is going to rise to confront all of us Ghanaians is that the bullcrap system that we're using called democracy is not working for us. If Otumfuo, there's on Himbi, a king or a chief and Otumfuo, and the Otumfuo says, I've removed your slippers. And run, no.
We do him in the
some way tonight, only review. We are called Naya Mutunjay. I was Nasabi.
He's taking away all this power, remove the slippers, go somewhere. Can you do that in our modern system? No. Do you have the right to remove the slippers? And under what condition are you going to do that? And that this and that. That is the law. So we have used the law to confuse ourselves. Let me say this. Democracy, we have a definition of democracy. We say it's government of the people, by the people, for the people. That is the definition that some people are using. But the bigger picture is, what is democracy? Democracy is a system of government that must work well to promote the well-being of the people who are under that government. If that system is not promoting the well-being of the people, then it's not democratic. But we have taken it that democracy is what the Americans said. So how the Americans are practicing it, that's how we too must practice it. But they have things, norms and cultures and things which make that particular kind of democracy work for them. Do you think China has one man, one vote? Nippon say over 1 billion. Do you think they go to election to and the president, one man, one vote in China? No! It won't work. There are 1 billion people. They have to come up with something that they call the Politburo. And that Politburo does all the screening and the vetting, and they elect the president from within that to, I'm not saying that the right way or the wrong way. I'm saying that they have adopted the way that is suitable for them as a people. So there's nothing like one man, one vote in China. So Americans will say, we're communists. And today, that's why economically correct, they're always taking over. They have adopted a system of government that is suitable for them. We are joking here. With this democracy, we don't understand. And if we are all frustrated about oral, it is too slow, it is because we are following a certain democratic process. And the effect of that democratic process is that it slows down everything and defends the wealthy people and defends the high and mighty and suppresses the poor folks. But that's what we have chosen. So be my advice, let's stop with all this OSP, strict laws for Ghana. Charlie, you went and you stole all this money from the MPA, and there's the evidence that the OSP himself says that we have all the evidence. What are we waiting for? Why do we allow some process that we don't understand to come in and impede and give freedom to the criminals and suppress those who have, should I say, suppressed the voiceless? So we have a system that gives freedom to the criminals and suppresses the voiceless. We have to be very, very careful. Mr. President, I beg you, whatever to test majority you have, bulldoze and change certain laws. Come up with a law. Come up and say, from now on, we have these special tribunals, we have these courts, we have this. From now on, there's no going to be any legal vacation.
One of the things which also bothers me, in fact, to be honest with you, I have to say it, is this so-called legal vacation. At a point in time, they go on vacation. Yeah. Why don't we do that to the medicals? So the doctors and nurses, they all go on vacation for vacation. 2 or 3 months. Yeah. We all die before they come back. It's not right. I agree that every public servant or worker is entitled to leave. So we manage is that as you are resting, the two of us are working. By the time you come, he goes, and that's it. So the court should work throughout the year. This legal vacation, which I am told was given to us by our colonial masters because the judges came from England. And so they have
to take a break and go back home.
Now the judges are here and they are still taking the break.
break. We can't keep doing business as usual because what is comforting us is not business as usual. When the people collectively are suffering, when the people collectively are underprivileged, and we have to go to the IMF to borrow money. You could borrow money. And at the same time, these same people have the top officials who have chopped and stolen more money than what you are going to borrow. Is this a system no? This is a system that calls for some radical, shake-ups. It's going to be radical. It can't be business as usual. It has to be radical. Set up courts. Let's try these corrupt people who are pilfering the state, and let's recover as much as we can, folks. I'm telling you, let us put in place competent judges. All the judges that are allegedly corrupt, and there are so many that are allegedly corrupt, dealing with lands and properties and just getting engulfed in all the corruption around it.
To be honest with you, our judges who sit on land cases have shares in the land. They have a booty in the land.
So you're thinking I'm in court, I have a judge and I have a case.
So the system is not working. We are not serving justice.
We beg, we need competent judges with integrity. Ghana has gotten to the point where even when you say integrity, I now ferry. Somebody will look at your face and say, okay, and you want to be, integrity, integrity. We have so sunk in our human growth and development to think that anything that we can eat, integrity. So once you can't eat integrity, you have to be corrupt and bastardized as much as you can, and then the society will respect you. I'm sorry I'm ranting and raving today. I just came here just to say that if we are serious about getting somewhere, then we have to be serious about doing things differently. As the old common sense thing says, if you do the same thing, you get the same results. So if you want to fight corruption, let's not do it this business as usual. I call for a lawyer, and the lawyer come and in front of the TV, well, I prove that my client is not guilty, and at the time that he did this, blah, 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 flurry, big English. I'll prove that my client is not guilty, knowing very well that your client has 45 buildings. And if you're going to do a lifetime checkup, there's no way you could have done that without corruption. But you come in front of the TV and speak good English to defend your client. And I'm going to prove that my client is a law-abiding citizen and use that to keep this case in the court for 3 years. Yeah, bro. Truth that we have crashed to earth is rising up again. And I don't know how long we shall sit down and allow it to rise, because if we don't do something, the truth that will crash to earth shall rise up and crush us. Folks, we have a chance, so we can do things the right way and build this country. So let's do it. Let's do things the right way and build this country. Because if we do that, then yes, this country, believe it or not, we yet then it will rise again.